Hello everyone, this is my first ever playthrough of Final Fantasy Online, and let's have fun today. Let's get into it. See you there. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Just speaking. Yes. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested Lahabrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the and descendant, did you not? And you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of Lahabrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for though them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still. That much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Eldibus, emissary, bearer of the world of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Thank the gods you've returned, Demon Lord. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor provided elusive. Beg pardon, he was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? Oh, wow. Okay, thanks for the double click. The worlds of this Aldibus portend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of the XIV until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Allah Mahigan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained their deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the resistance with vital imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorza, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that your anger will bear better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, can I imagine that ascendient's pain upon mine honor? I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Demon Lord, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Oregi, I bid you come to the seventh heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new etherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Oh, Demon Lord, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your resident receptionist here, I am pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Most of the men and women you see around you here in Revenant's Toll are adventurers who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. I mean, it shouldn't hurt that Demon Lord here has already made something of a name for himself here. Isn't that so, Demon Lord? Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Demon Lord, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The Ascendant and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, for today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorza people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will serve our ties to the Eorzan Alliance. On the contrary, the Ascendant and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political consideration to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as do our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorza. Eorza. Moment of your time, Demon Lord. I would speak of Eldibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which brighten me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldician hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd, allow me to try. No response, surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, no, I will not believe it. An outpost perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvision. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanction unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge of both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldician, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me until such time as we have evidence to the contrary. We can best assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Eldibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Asian, perhaps, or Otter or Poos, in which our allies will then fall silent? For a time I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out Labrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Cian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Eldibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Demon Lord. I discern them all around, and disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. And my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Ryle, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion, your intentions unclear. They survived the seventh ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. and at long last they see. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Magina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly to tell you that may imply. The brass blades charged with the investigating the theft, believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by the lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of mere monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Yestola. When you arrive, she and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fear proves unfounded when you do. Ah, Demon Lord, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose. Albeit to little avail, it would seem that the thieves took great pains and conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Lupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught elude my attention mayhap, it will not elude yours. Oh, hello there, Demon Lord. Was it? Yastolix said to expect you. Terrible business, these thieves. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Line Sunway. The cart bolted off towards East Danelin, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage, that would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Malja do have a foothold in eastern Danelin. And what of their cargo? Did they carry crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news, after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Malja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Demon Lord. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spat of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrits. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals and in such quantities. It cannot be that we're dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Oranger of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then. 'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Ah, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Bufalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of useful nestled away within. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I be so blind? Calm yourself, Bufupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thief's activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me, what if there is someone amongst our own ranks, conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Bufalupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystal stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. With thieves as willy as our risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone, like, quote, minor traveling without escort, so as not to attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerlia. A fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Demon Lord? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Ahem, forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See what they come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Stubborn to the last. As expected, you are unharmed. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalin no less? I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them? And all with the same taste and facial tattoos, blue in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Tancred, if you would be so good as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. On behalf of the brass blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No. I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good with his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? Then no, but he was quite strong, a sea-wolf. Minzian born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him, you have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know. But one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Sigh. The Antisendient bid me to tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphananda awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is Alphanon has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Brassblade, and when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. You are late, no matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? And Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Old Doll, Demon Lord, unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken. We will find the domains bickering with sultans worn on the royal promenade. You are certainly uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance, if our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by someone, and if not, who better than you to have or hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident. Besides, I do enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Oldal. It matters not how many times you ask, without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Can't understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior, allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart, I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking, Alphonse Levelier, at your service, a friend, which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world. At least few indeed are your allies in Oldal, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourself to a wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone, razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them. I think suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me, gentle sir. If you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Demon Lord? Of course I'll help you. You couldn't have picked a better day. To tell the truth, a wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. Steve, but just sent word they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of food stuff and no one's to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance, haha. Go and call on Freduri and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. They should set them straight. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momidi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise of me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhaps you misheard her instructions. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my word. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand. I dared not hope for so much magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momidi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yagiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Ophanund, and I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yagiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us? Yes. Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Damans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Yeah, they all want my approval. Pleasure, Demon Lord. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote to accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, That you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he likely to change it. Ugh, have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. I will waste no more words on him, nor when the domains are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the halls of flames. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed, Oldal is not an option. Nor are Limsa, Liminza, or Gradania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Daman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in the airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by any concern of the great nation. Minfilia, this is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yagiri, I have a proposal if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Elfnod. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stand in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordana. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlement. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard laborers, lest you doubt with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, the Lady Yagiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Oldal, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Elfnod, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life of your people, go to, is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. Before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Uldan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there, a non-demon lord. Lady Yagiri, if you and your people would accompany, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. We are concerned that the domain refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momedy has kindly offered to accommodate the domains until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordana. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the immortal flames can go? Or can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 domans to Mordana. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the domain's behalf. Very well, we should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Old Doll, Lady Yugiri. And you and Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do, Lady Yugiri. Let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our domain friends to you after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? As we speak, the domains prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefore they will be transported by carriage to Old Doll. That said, this has been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Demon Lord, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive, as Lady Yugiri tells it. He has been designated the leader of the first group. Greetings, Elfnut informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Hey, I knew from a glance of what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eye will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozan, he can tell you more. Oh, hello there, I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Old Doll? I hear we're traveling by a horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing our game of hide and seek. 3 people are still in hiding, and it's Lady Yagiri told us to take it really seriously. They won't move until they're found, but Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Hey, you're not Yozan. Who are you? I'm Koharu, Demon Lord zxennie, eh? I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No scions. Then you must know Lady Yaguri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. Almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Demon Lord zxennie. Wife calls me a stallion. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Yozan didn't say anything about adults. Huh. We get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know, it sounds scary, but if Yozan says it's safe, I'll go. How'd you find me? Ah, guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Well, that's sad to hear. Had to hide from them. Garleans got beat up when they came here. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek? Ah, I see that you are curious. It is quite simple, really. Lady Yaguri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. The first caravan, though I understand the road to Odal is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Eager to be off, are you? Hey, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that runner from the Blades, because we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hamlia. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle it yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe, like and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied, the way's clear. Meet us outside Horizon. The blades tell me the road's there safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Tickle your feet. That's what the song was singing. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Haha. Well fought, sir. Well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yagiri's kinsmen least of all, they fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Hey, Mr. Demon Lord, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Glory, like bringing honor to your family, you mean? Yes, father always goes on about that. My turn now, excuse me, Mr. Demon Lord, I've got a question. What's Revenant Toll like? Is it pretty? You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that strong, but... Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Demon Lord, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Aha, so my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me, and don't leave anything out. Alright, that's enough questions for Mr. Demon Lord. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Demon Lord. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurer's guild for domens. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Demon Lord and Lady Uragiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Demon Lord and Lady Uragiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? I do like that I get to have those conversations and actually do choices. Demon Lord, I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yagiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. It is past time Lady Yagiri met with the guild representatives and Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thenelin, which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Domin delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slathborn until upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the domains will be working most closely, I would think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yagiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Demon Lord. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yagiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearths and fineries off-putting, poor though we may seem. We have a wealth of spirit and commodities to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slathborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands, as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slathborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the Ascendant Seven Hells. Demon Lord, why are you wasting time with me? See them to the Rising Stone. Whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldacine continue to be met with failure. Our anger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will perverse, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the domans? I'm giving to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it is within our power to help them. Lady Yagiri is here? Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady, but are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slathborn, Lady Yuguri, my lord. Lumen and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Daman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Justola should be returning anon with a report from afield. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a Efreet with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventually inevitable. Yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. He will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Shagin had no crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thenelin to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation on thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if, gods forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will take to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did with Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minifilla Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have found reason for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with mine own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wishes of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Demon Lord, Maelstrom Scouts are currently contouring. I don't even know how to say it. Reconnoitering Shagan's movements with the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operations staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falk Britta has charge of the garrison. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Give me the money. We just don't have good gear. As you may already know, Maelstrom Scouts have been dispatched to Reconnector, the Sapsa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe like this. Faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa, all told here. Take this flask of restorative to tend those who might have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory. However, we can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Help somebody. Of all the times to forget the restorative. Ugh. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Funny what you tell me. You returned? Thank you, the Navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the 2 who remain unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the detail of the operation. The war horns will sound at any moment now. Be ready to sally when they do. Thrice, damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, Stabby. My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Shogun and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the deeps of Sapsa. We are to act. It must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Shogun have tightened security and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Shogun priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Shogun's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and the subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a divisionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall hurry the enemy from offshores. And likewise, we Scions shall form similar units in hopes of confusing the Shogun defense effort. Demon Lord and Yustola, the 2 of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversions should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win, though without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Igiri, your mission is to lure as many Schengen as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Sola and Demon Lord. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends, to battle. Guess tell me what to do. When last did we fight side by side, Demon Lord? Too long ago, I warrant, but come, let us away. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency. To the Aetheryte!
Nice to have regular cutscenes where they talk.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled, Swordwalkers, tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Such power! It is transcendent!
7 hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being am the way. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Well, then we beat his ass. Understand I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries a more destructive power than aught seen in nature, enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the 7 hells are we to prevent it? Though our blight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none of that, and you may be sure. But Limlian herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room.